Hi everyone, this is Dan with E-Bike Nation. I get often asked, what is it like being 73 and riding e-bikes and trikes? I call it freedom for seniors and people with disabilities. At 73 years old, I've learned something important. Life doesn't slow down unless you let it. For me, e-bikes and trikes have been the key to staying active, independent, and full of joy. People often ask me, again, what's it like being in your 70s and still riding? It's freedom, confidence, it's health, and certainly it's happiness. Whether you're a senior like me or someone living with a disability, these trike and bikes can open doors you thought were closed. Today I want to share what it feels like and why I believe more people my age and beyond should be riding. Rediscovering freedom. One of the hardest parts of getting older is being like you've lost independence. Driving can get stressful, walking long distance can be painful, but with an e-bike or an e-trike, that all changes. For example, on my Lectric XP Trike 2.0, I can ride right into downtown Dayton for a quick pharmacy run. No struggling to find parking, no asking for rides, just me, the trike, in the open street. For people with disabilities, that same freedom applies. A trike doesn't require perfect balance, so you can ride without fear of falling. And the pedal assist means you don't have to be a marathon athlete to enjoy it. You set the pace and the motor helps you along. I was just downtown a couple days ago and ran into a great guy that was an amputee. His name was Michael Smith. He had in his wheelchair, he was just sitting there, and I met him, and it changed me for sure as far as what disabilities look like as an amputee. He had just discovered and told me the story about he lost everything. Somebody stole everything out of his storage units. They stole his power wheelchair that he had just purchased, and there he was on his wheelchair that barely worked at all. So I felt compassion for this guy. I sit and talked to him for probably an hour, and we became best friends instantly. Normally, I don't get as close to some people as I did Michael. He just really changed how I felt. Well, how do those people get around? Well, I was able to gift him an e-trike, the Lectric XP Trike 2.0, so he could be mobile and get around town. That was the best feeling in the world for me, and it also helped somebody to rediscover life and get out and run his errands without having to depend on buses or other people. Again, it's just not about transportation, it's about taking your independence back. Let's talk about comfort and confidence. Balance is something a lot of seniors worry about, myself included. That's why trikes are such a blessing. The Lectric Triker, for example, has 3 wheels, a wide stance, and a comfortable seat. I don't wobble at stop signs. I don't panic when I slow down. I just ride with confidence. For those with mobility challenges, maybe arthritis, knee replacements, or limited leg strength, that stability is life-changing. You can focus on the ride, not the fear of tipping over. Confidence makes all the difference. When you feel secure, every ride becomes enjoyable. Let's talk about everyday practicality. Excuse me. At 73, I'm not just looking for fun. I'm looking for practical ways to make life easier. Trikes especially shine here. My Lectric XP Trike has a big rear basket. I can haul groceries from Kroger, pick up bird seed from the hardware store, or carry picnic supplies for a day at the park. For seniors and people with disabilities, this means you don't have to depend on someone else for everyday errands. Your trike becomes a second car, but with no gas no insurance, and no stress. Even short trips feel special. Rolling down the Great Miami Trail with a bag of groceries in the back isn't just practical, it's fun. Let's talk about the health and wellness. One of the biggest things about riding is how it helps my health, both physical and mental. I'm getting ready to have a knee replacement on October the 9th. And as I'm looking not forward to getting it done, it certainly needs to be done. But I know in confidence when I get my knee replaced, I will be able to hop on my trike within a couple weeks after surgery and start rehabbing by just turning my legs on those wheels and those pedals and just being able to slowly work my way back to complete flexibility in my knees. One of the best things about riding is how it helps my health and physical and mental. Physically, I'm moving my legs, keeping my joints flexible, and improving my circulations. But because of pedal assist, I'm not overdoing it. I can ride without pain in my knees. For those with disabilities, this gentle motion can be a safe way to stay active. Mentally, riding is pure therapy. I'll never forget the day I was on the Great Miami Trail and spotted a deer with her fawn. I slowed down, watched them a moment, and felt completely at peace. That's something you can't put a price on. It keeps your body strong and your spirit alive. Overcoming challenges. Now, I won't sugarcoat it, there are challenges. These bikes are heavy. The Lectric XP Trike weighs over 60 pounds. The Side Rusher Komodo that I'm riding on this video isn't light either. You don't just toss them into a trunk. For some, that means you'll need a ramp, a hitch rack, or just ride straight from home. And yes, they can go fast, 20 and sometimes 28 miles per hour. But at 73, I don't need that. I keep my assist levels low, cruise at safe speeds, enjoy the ride. Safety gear, bright vests, lights, mirrors is a must. The learning curve is real, especially if you haven't ridden in years, but once you put in a few rides, it becomes second nature. Let's talk about the emotional side. Here's the part I didn't expect. Riding makes me feel young again. When I'm on my Lectric Triker rolling past the Dayton Dragon Stadium or gliding through the neighborhoods on my Komodo, I feel like I'm 12 years old again on my first bike. That joy never left me. It was just waiting for me to find it again. And for people with disabilities, that joy is just as real. An E-Trike can take you places you might not otherwise reach. It gives you access to the outdoors, to community events, to family rides. It's not just transportation, it's connection. Sometimes younger riders smile when they pass me on the trail. Maybe they're surprised, maybe they're inspired. I hope they see that age or disability doesn't mean giving up. It means finding new ways to keep moving forward. So again, what's it like being 73 and riding e-bikes and trikes? It's independence, it's confidence, it's health, and above all, it's plain joy. For seniors and for people with disabilities, these machines aren't just bikes, they're lifelines. They turn errands into adventures, exercise into therapy, and age into opportunity. I may be older, but I'm not done living. Every ride reminds me that age is just a number. What matters is how much life you put into every mile. If you enjoyed this, make sure to subscribe to E-Bike Nation for more stories, reviews, and tips for seniors and riders with mobility challenges. And I'd love to hear your story. Drop a comment below and tell me how riding has changed your life. Because at the end of the day, e-bikes and trikes aren't just getting from point A to point B. They're about enjoying the journey no matter your age, no matter your ability. So yeah, guys, I will see you on the next ride adventure.